In this lesson, you're going to be solving two-step equations. There's a couple things that are always present in two-step equations. What you're going to find is that when you locate the x term, the coefficient of x will not ever be 1. It's going to be some other number, in this case 3. Then there's always going to be an extra term sitting next to x on the same side of the equal sign as the x term. In this case, a positive 1 is also on the left side of the equal sign with the 3x. And that's going to be equal to a single number. This is a two-step equation. In the previous lesson, you learned that the sequence or the process for solving a two-step equation is that first you add the inverse of the term next to the x term to each side of the equal sign. So we're going to start by doing that. We already have our instructions written out. In this step it says add the inverse to both sides and highlight the zero pair. So we're essentially combining two steps into one. This is exactly what you did in lesson 3C. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight this, do my control copy, bring it down into the second line, and control V, paste it there. Now, the key here is getting the correct inverse. So you always locate where x is, and you say, okay, that's on the left side of the equal sign. Also, the positive 1 is on the left side of the equal sign. So I first must remove that positive 1 by adding the inverse. So what I'm going to place here is a negative 1. Once again, whatever I put there needs to be in red so that you can show me clearly what you've added on. So I'm going to come up to the A, I'm going to make it red, and I'm going to leave it highlighted, and I'm going to control copy that. Then I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to control V, paste it. So I have my negative 1 on each side. Now, in the same step, it says highlight the zero pair. Remember, that is always right next to the x term. So you have to highlight the positive 1, negative 1. Positive 1 minus 1 makes 0. So I come up here and do a back highlighting, make that aqua blue. All right, now come down to step 3. Step 3 says simplify each side of the equation. Well, what I have left on the left side is just the 3x because I got rid of the rest of what was there. So I bring down my 3x, bring down my equal sign, and I have to simplify the right side of the equal sign. On the right, I had a positive 10 added to a negative 1, which is a positive 9. Now, the next step that I have to do is I have to I'm going to make this font of 14 just to keep it consistent with the font of the other ones. Okay, I have to succeed in getting a 1x equaling a number. Right now I have 3x equaling 9 and I need 1x equaling something. So this is where we go into division. So you're basically combining your two kinds of one-step equations. So I'm going to take this equation right here, I'm going to copy that and I'm going to put it down into the fourth step, control V. And here I have to make the coefficient blue and divide each side by it. So I come up here, I make that blue, and I'm going to leave it highlighted. I'm going to control copy. Remember, I have to put my division symbol after the term. Then I'm going to control V, that blue 3. Come over to the right side of the equal sign. After the number 9, I put the / control V. Come down to the very last step of the equation, and once again it instructs me to simplify each side. We know that 3 divided by 3 is positive 1. You still have the letter x there, so I have a positive 1x, and that's how I write positive 1x, equals 9 divided by 3 is 3. And there's my final answer. X is equal to 3.